Have you ever felt like your whole world flips upside down, like everything you thought you knew suddenly just felt wrong? I remember the moment it happened to me. I thought I was losing my mind, nothing made sense, some weird stuff was happening around me, yet everything seemed to fit together in a way it never had before. It really was like waking up from the Matrix. For me, there was a moment in my life that had me on my knees, and in that very moment, I had to surrender all that I thought I knew about life, about the people around me, the daily grind, and me as a person. I thought I was going crazy, but what I didn't realize at the time was that I was actually going through a spiritual awakening. That moment changed my entire outlook on life. If you've ever been feeling a shift in your thoughts, emotions, or even your purpose, you might be experiencing it too. Today, I'm going to share with you 3 major signs that you've spiritually awakened, what stage you might be in, and hint to the exciting paths this journey could take. Stick with me because this awakening might just be the most incredible experience in your life. Besides, once you've awakened, you can't unsee reality. And once you understand reality of the universe and the reality of yourself, an immense sense of peace and power comes your way. So how do you know if you've spiritually awakened? What even is a spiritual awakening? For many of us, it starts with deep soul-searching questions like, who am I? Or why am I really here? There was a time in my life when everything felt normal on the outside, but I couldn't shake this feeling that something wasn't right. I was moving through life, checking off boxes, the job, the relationships, hobbies, but deep down there was something nagging, a sense that I was missing something, like I was looking for a deeper meaning of life, but didn't even know the question, let alone the answer. It wasn't until I went through a significant heartbreak that everything changed, and for the first time, I truly awoke. Think of it like this. Imagine yourself in a dark room feeling around for the light switch, but you have no idea where it is. You keep bumping into things, maybe even tripping, but it's all you've ever known. So you keep going, and this room is really your life, the contents of your life, the routines, the habits, the ways of thinking, and you've grown used to it. But suddenly, someone switches the light on. It's blinding at first, a little disorientating, but as your eyes adjust, you start seeing everything clearly. You realize that you're in a much bigger room than you ever imagined. There are new paths, new directions that you never even thought was possible. A spiritual awakening is like that moment when the light comes on. It's not about discovering something new outside of yourself. It's about realizing that it was always within and it was hidden in the dark, making the unconscious conscious. It's the process of waking up to your true self and realizing that there is so much more to life than the daily grind. And Carl Jung called it coming back to the original self, a return to the essence of who you are and who you were always meant to be. The signs of spiritual awakening. The first major sign, your mindset transforms. You start shifting from negativity to a more positive outlook. Your thoughts become clearer and you stop giving energy to things that don't serve your higher purpose. It's like you've replaced a pair of your dirty, foggy glasses with a clean, clear lens. Suddenly, you see opportunities where you once saw obstacles. The way you think begins to shift and positivity becomes your default setting. You also feel a deep sense of connection, not just to yourself, but to society, humanity, the earth. You start to feel connected to the world and the people around you in ways you never thought possible. It's like realizing for the first time that you're part of something bigger, something collective. You stop seeing people as separate individuals and begin to understand that we're all interconnected, all parts of the same universal fabric. Another sign, synchronicity becomes your norm. Things just start aligning, your intuition is on point, and it feels like the universe is guiding you and has your back. There was a time in my life where things were so groovy, I felt so connected to the universe, I was so in touch with my intuition, and one time I knew with 100% conviction that I was going to win this lucky door prize, so much so that I announced it to my friend at the top of the event that I was going to win the lucky door prize, and of course, I won. Wasn't even surprised at all. When you're experiencing this sign, it's like the universe is leaving you breadcrumbs and guiding you along the path. You start noticing synchronicities, meaningful coincidences that feel too perfect to be random. Your intuition becomes sharp, almost like a sixth sense, and you're able to pick up on signs and guidance from the universe effortlessly. The next sign is that you find inner peace. Before your awakening, it was easy to be thrown off balance by the smallest inconveniences, but now, even when things don't go as planned, you're able to find peace within yourself. No matter what storms rage on outside, the roller coaster of emotions slow down and you become grounded, centered, and calm. Another great sign is that your capacity for compassion increases. This is where you feel an overwhelming sense of empathy for others. You start to notice their struggles, their pain, and their humanity in a way that you didn't before. It's not about feeling sorry for others, but you understand them on a deeper level. When you have compassion at this level, you naturally find yourself wanting to help, uplift, and support others without expecting anything in return. One of my favorite signs, and really a huge lesson I had to learn for myself, is knowing your worth. This is where you see beyond material things, money, status, achievements. These things, or even lack thereof, don't define you anymore because you've tapped into a higher purpose. Worth is determined by who you are, not what you have. Now you're able to let go of societal pressures and realize that you're here for something greater. And the final sign I like to mention is that you realize timing is everything. Something really profound about spiritual awakening is that it comes at exactly when the time is right. It's never too early, it's never too late. You stop trying to control when and how things happen because you trust the divine timing of the universe. You become more patient, knowing that everything will unfold exactly when it's meant to. Just like planting a flower, you can't rush it to grow. You water it, give it sunlight, and trust that in its own time it will bloom. Which stage of awakening are you? Now, spiritual awakening isn't a one-time thing, it's a process with stages. You might be in the initial awakening stage where everything feels new and exciting, you're discovering the possibilities, or you could be in the dark night of the soul where you feel lost or disconnected from everything you thought you knew. It's hard, but remember, it's just a stage. More on that in a future video. Then there's the integration stage where you start aligning your daily life with these new insights. It's here that your awakening becomes your new way of life and being. So here's where it gets exciting. Once you've awakened, your path can take so many forms. Some people dive deeply into self-discovery, trying to unravel the mysteries of who they really are beneath all that societal conditioning. They might seek out ancient wisdom, philosophical teachings, or spend more time in reflection. Others feel an overwhelming call to serve humanity. This could mean dedicating their time and energy to causes they feel passionate about, like protecting the environment, or advocating for social justice, or helping others on their own spiritual journeys. When you awaken, it's common to feel a heightened sense of responsibility to give back, as if you've been given a gift and it's now your turn to share it. Some people develop a deep connection with nature, realizing that the natural world is a mirror of the divine. They may find themselves spending more time in forests, by rivers, or on mountaintops, feeling a profound sense of belonging to the earth. They notice the beauty and the wisdom in the cycles of nature, the way everything grows, dies, and renews, seeing these patterns as reflections of their own spiritual evolution. Then there are those who explore higher consciousness through practices like meditation, yoga, or even creative expression. They might work on expanding their intuition, feeling more in tune with the universe's guidance, or tapping into their own inner creativity as a form of spiritual practice. For these individuals, art, music, writing, or even other forms of creativity become sacred, serving as channels for their spiritual energy and insights. The key is that your spiritual journey will be uniquely yours. There's no single way forward, no right path. You might find yourself weaving in and out of different practices, following your intuition as it guides you towards whatever resonates the most with you at each stage of your life. But no matter what path you take, it always leads to a place of inner peace. It's the kind of peace that doesn't rely on external circumstances because you found meaning and fulfillment within. You'll also start to feel like you're flourishing, not because life is suddenly free of challenges, but because you've learned to navigate those challenges with grace, wisdom, and a deep sense of purpose. Every experience, even the tough ones, become part of the journey toward greater understanding and spiritual growth. You stop seeking happiness in temporary pleasures and begin to realize that true contentment comes from within, from the alignment between your soul and the life that you're living. So take a moment right now. Does any of this resonate with you? Do you see any signs of spiritual awakening in your life? If so, embrace it. Reflect on where you are in your journey and know that this is just the beginning. Life is a constant unfolding. When you're able to notice it, you'll realize it's truly a beautiful unfolding. And if you're still unsure, I invite you to explore more about spirituality and your own awakening. Dive deeper into yourself, trust your intuition, and allow this journey to unfold. Give yourself the time, give yourself grace, and remain open. In my life, spiritual awakening has led me to peace, more clarity on my purpose, and a deeper understanding of myself and the universe. Wherever you are in your journey, know that this path is one of growth and transformation. Embrace it and let your soul awaken fully. Thank you for watching, and if you're ready to learn more about your own spiritual journey, make sure you check out my other videos that goes into detail about the different spiritual paths your spiritual awakening could take. And perhaps a bigger question is, what is the point of spirituality? So what? And that video will drop in a week's time. Until then, I wish you peace and light and have a wonderful day ahead of you.